Hello and welcome to this video about the great library of Alexandria. Once the largest library in the ancient world and containing works by the greatest thinkers and writers of antiquity, including Homer, Plato, Socrates and many more, the library of Alexandria is popularly believed to have been destroyed in a huge fire around 2000 years ago. The city of Alexandria of Egypt is one of the 70 cities of this name founded by Alexander the Great of Macedonia during his conquest around 330 BC. Once home to the massive Pharos lighthouse, the formerly small fishing village on the Nile Delta became the capital of Ptolemy I Soter, one of the generals of Alexander, who ruled Egypt at the latter's death. Alexandria became the seat of the Ptolemaic rulers of Egypt and developed into a great intellectual and cultural center, thanks to the thirst of knowledge of the first three Ptolemies. The founding of the Library of Alexandria, actually constituted of two or more libraries combined in one institution, is still obscure. Around 295 BC, Ptolemy I was convinced by the exiled governor of Athens to establish a library that would house a copy of every book in the world, to rival those of Athens itself. The first complex was a shrine called the Temple of the Muses, or the Museum. It was modeled on the Lyceum of Aristotle in Athens, and was more a center for intellectual and philosophical lectures than an actual library. The actual Royal Library, also called Temple to Serapis or Serapeum, was constructed by Ptolemy II Philadelphus somewhere between 282 BC to 246 BC. During this time, it is said that more than 100 scholars were housed within the museum, whose job it was to carry out scientific research, lecture, publish, translate, copy, and collect not only original manuscripts of Greek authors, but also translation of work from Egypt, Assyria, Persia, as well as Buddhist texts and Hebrew scriptures. The 400,000 to 900,000 scrolls of papyri attributed to its collection did not simply appear by magic. They had to be acquired. The bibliomania of the first three Ptolemies played a big part in this. They did not want only books, they wanted the best, if possible, all the books in the world, and they were ready and willing to buy, borrow, cheat, and even steal and plunder to get them. Since the early Ptolemies defined their institution as an universal library, their collection development policy was simple. They wanted everything. Due to the importance of its collection, a system was needed to know what does the library has and has not, and where it is hidden in these few 400,000 scrolls. The names of those who created these principles are known to history. They are Zenodotus and Callimachus of Cyrene. Zenodotus first inventoried the library's holdings, which he then organized into three major divisions, and within each, the works were organized alphabetically by the first letter of the name of their author, a first in the world. When Zenodotus' method became less effective due to the sheer size of the collection, Callimachus started dividing the collection according to what were generally agreed at the time to be the main realms of literature. Then, within each of these divisions, he shelved all the authors in alphabetical order by the first letter of their name under their genres. He also produced the Pinakes, or tables of persons eminent in every branch of learning, together with a list of their writings. This was one of the first known documents that lists, identifies, and categorizes a library's holding. While it is certain that the Great Library of Alexandria no longer exists, the reasons of its destruction don't seem to be the responsibility of one tragic event, but many through history. One of the most known stories is the fire declenched by order of Julius Caesar to burn Egyptian ships who spread and destroyed a part of the library. But there are also records of destruction caused by Christians riots in 391 AD in their war against paganism, by strife between Christians and Jews in 415 AD, and during the Arab conquest in 640 AD. I chose this library because it is one of the most renowned libraries in the world, and I wish I could have lived and see when it was still standing.